a weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
go ahead.
really cool.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. The screen froze me for a second. Yeah, no, it's really easy with him. He's a great guy to work with. Really happy that we got back in there again. We'll do some other stuff there in the next few months, I'd imagine, when we've got some other songs written. We're always trying to write new stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And now the one thing I want to mention is that, well, that you mentioned online that you're very, very happy with this EP in particular. What kind of made this stand out out of the other EPs you've done to you, saying, you know what, this is an amazing recording and went very, very well?
Well, it's the newest one, so...
No, fair enough.
You've got to kind of say that. If I say that it's much worse than your issue to face, people will be like, oh, I won't bother listening to that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you always kind of have a love for the newest thing you do. But I just believe that 4 songs is a good amount, is right for this EP. Just they sound tied together well. Themes tied together loosely, but you know, it's quite strong songs. I think, yeah, all quite melodic, and it's quite raw, but yeah, I think they're quite catchy, all quite catchy in their own way. Even ones that have swearing on choruses and stuff.
All right. Yeah. Right on. So with that being said, this is kind of the perfect transition here. We're going to get into Progress. This is CrossWires. Progress by CrossWires off of Interaction Dislocation. Now, this song, I really, really liked the guitar, especially the we'll call it added effects to it near the end. It really kind of stood out, and it almost had a little bit of a grunge feel to it, actually.
Yeah. See, yeah, it's got that kind of raw kind of sound to it. Pete's does a great job on this song. I think, you know, the end part, the change for that kind of like almost like dub ska kind of like drop down kind of style that Pete and Ian are playing bass and drums, and then Pete just putting those little weird little parts over the top. I think that might be, you know, our drummer Ian was saying the other day that it might be the best piece of kind of music that we've produced. You know, those few that minute or so ending on that track, and I tend to agree with him. I think it's really interesting.
Well, you know, and that's the thing is, was one of the things I was mentioning yesterday when we played the song, is mainly the guitar work. But I think again I mentioned the vocals. I just in general, this is a great like full tune, and I loved the little bit of a switch you did with it, like still keeping your raw sound, but kind of giving that little bit of extra, just like we just talked about. Yeah. So
yeah. Go
ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Fine.
Yeah, it's you know, we kind of spoke about maybe when we recorded it. People was like, oh, well, maybe we should do like a radio friendly version as well. But I was like, no. I'm not. I don't want to edit anything I'm saying. It has to come out the way it is, and it's supposed to just be like basically, I had this idea of like putting me ranting to music, almost what it is, like all these things I hate, like Made in Chelsea and like these indie bands who are like, well, not indie bands, you know,
right.
they're boy bands with guitars and, you know, all these kind of things I hate, reality TV, people going on social media and crying about things that doesn't affect them. Always, this is one thing that really gets me. It's like, say a celebrity or someone famous like passes away, and they have to show their like, or it's a sad story in the news. They have to show that they're totally devastated, more devastated than you could possibly be by this event.
Right.
I hate that. So that's all those kind of things just put into this track. Yeah. No, I'm ranting again. I understand. It's my girlfriend, you know, the person who usually has to put up with this, but.
But you know, the one thing I do appreciate you saying is like, you know, I said I don't want to censor myself, and when I hear that, it always reminds me of the Doors playing the Ed Sullivan Show. I mean, what actually happened, not what Oliver Stone did in the movie.
Yeah. No. Oliver Stone version of Jim Morrison, I think, is a different version of Morrison altogether. Although I actually love that film, but it's just not true, is it? I mean, but
no.
It's kind of cool to watch that film, but yeah.
The short and skinny is they said they changed it, and they said, and after they talked about it, said, no, we've done this like a million times, so we're not changing it.
Yeah.
And all that happened when Jim Morrison said it, singing like normal, it didn't jump up in the camera's face, and all you could see was Robbie Krieger and Ray Manzarek smirking because that was funny, right? So
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So that's all it was, and then the best part about that story is afterwards the guy came back and said, you know what, you promised you wouldn't say this on TV because you'll never play the Ed Sullivan Show again. And Morrison looked at him and said, hey man, we just played the Ed Sullivan Show.
We don't need to do it again.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks for stopping by, sort of thing, right? So
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into the last track on this EP, and this last song is called Flesh by CrossWires.
Tell yourself you are in control. Are you happy?
CrossWires with Flesh off of Interaction Dislocation. Now, this one has got old school punk written all over it. And this was a great finish because it was very catchy. And just from the uh-ohs, I'm not going to try and match that. But, and those parts of the song kind of really made it stand out. And it really made it stand out. And just the flow of it was just, like, really, for me, kind of stuck out as old school punk. And I loved the song.
Cool, thank you. Them bits didn't come into it until we actually recorded it, and I think Ian and Pete were sort of in the room with the producer and Alex, and I was doing the vocals, and they said, "Oh, try that bit." Almost like they were like, like kind of how Joe Strummer will do, like these kind of noises and stuff, and it was kind of like a little bit of a take on that. Maybe a little bit more Britpop than that, but that was kind of the idea of it, and they kind of the ooze on the kind of break that wasn't there until the end. I was trying to get something that would work, and I tried a few different things and I couldn't get it, but kind of wanted to, it ended up kind of being a bit like maybe like some of the early Supergrass stuff,
right?
That kind of idea, when they were kind of doing that kind of like punkier stuff. Yeah, it's kind of the idea of that. That song was 2 weeks old when we were in the studio, so it was quite. We weren't sure if we could. It's quite a simple song, so we was hopefully we could do it justice quite quickly. But I forget the lyrics to it all the time because they're quite pretty new and I haven't really remembered them. Every rehearsal, I have to look at my phone and remember what I wrote.
Oh, really? Have you guys played that song live yet, or?
A couple of times.
Yeah. And did you kind of
lyrics, but no one knew them. They weren't out yet.
No, that's always a good thing because you kind of mutter over them, right? And nobody will know any different. And then the funny thing is, with stuff like that, Jonathan, is later on when people hear the song when it's like recorded, that sort of thing, and you can hear it on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, and that sort of thing, is they'll listen to it and be like one of those things like, wow, I never realized he said that before, not realizing they're not putting the two and two together, right?
Yeah, it's wrong. Yeah. I think that's a real kind of high energy track, and it's like it's fun to play. Yeah, I think it's maybe the most accessible of the four. Yeah.
Right on. So right. Sorry, go ahead.
It's the most direct, like straight out punk song. There was always twists and turns. That doesn't as much, I suppose. Is it? Yeah.
Right on. So you guys, you said you're constantly trying to write new stuff. Now, are there? I know we talked about Last Days Rome, but are there any older tracks that have yet to kind of make the light of day, meaning make it onto like a SoundCloud or make it onto an EP that you're thinking about using, but you haven't used just because it hasn't been the right moment for it?
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because there's a song called "We Call the Shots" that we'd not forgotten about. We hadn't played in maybe 2 years, and it was a demo we recorded at